Howdy folks. I'm a little bit early. Gonna wait till around 9 o'clock, which is in 6 minutes before I really get into too much. Right at the moment I'm just talking to myself, so let's give it a bit. So as the title suggests, we'll be rolling up a 5 Leagues from the Borderlands 3rd Edition Warband. And we'll then hopefully be getting also to Campaign Generation. I've already started working on some map making. And bring the camera in here. Right about there is good. It's hard to see the names, I write small. But I have begun to draw a map. I was trying to go for Tolkien-esque mountain ranges, but they didn't come out quite right. I haven't added any shading either. Let's try adding some shading. From what I remember. Something like that. They're very dark. That does add something. Yeah, I would say definitely shading on those mountains looks good. Do that while we wait. That's a little more Tolkien-esque. I think I could do the same thing with my hills over there. Not sure if I want to go in and finger smudge it. Let's test one down here. No, I don't think I'll finger smudge it if I can avoid it. It's probably going to get smudged over time anyways. Yeah, I'd say those mountains look a lot better. Okay, well, I'll play around with that later. It's not terribly important I do that now. But I got another 3 minutes before I begin. We'll see if anybody wanders in. It's an enticingly titled stream. Yeah, this is much better. I don't really care for the forest. There's 2 of them. I'm going to make more, but I don't like it. Tolkien had, let me see if I can get a piece of scrap paper. His forests were a lot like this. I'm not going to really be, like, unless I want to add stuff to the outskirts of the forest when I play the game, because you got to add things to the map. It's going to be difficult. I'll have to erase sections of this very busy looking forest, but I could always just add stuff to the outskirts. I do enjoy this little shade in half the mountain. Gives it more of a mountain feel. Yeah, absolutely looks better. Got 1 viewer, not sure if it's a robot. Whenever I say that, they never answer, so could very well be a robot. Also got to color in my rivers. I was looking at Tolkien maps earlier. I've always liked his mountain ranges. The rest of the map I actually wasn't that keen on, but mountain ranges stand out so much. Yeah, could have made them a little tighter, a little bit spacious. So maybe I go back in and add small ones, maybe some of these hills. Let's try these hills. So he kind of did the same thing with his hills. But he just sort of did that. Like, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we'll do that with the hills too. So I've got a few names already on the map, so I know for sure the campaign's going to have at least minimum 2 settlements. I'm trying to draw everything in little pictures too, so. Let's go ahead and look at, see if the camera focuses. Yeah, gonna focus. See if it focuses on the ring. No, that's not gonna focus. Come on now. Bummer. Well, what the heck is it focusing on if it's not focusing on that? Ah, oh well. I'll just point things out. You'll have to take my word for it. Come on. Messing with the boom mic. 9:01. Almost time to start. It is time to start. I'm not quite sure if I have a viewer yet, but that's alright. Okay, so well, that kind of focuses. That'll have to do. Alright, well, this is the map I'll be working with. I've got a few regions already labeled out for the Elf-Hilled Forest. I've got the Hakenskald Mountains, right here. I've got the Severai Mai Wastes, Kingswood, small forest. I've got, that's it for regions so far. I'll have more regions, obviously. And then I'll have to probably draw in some more regions. So in the Elf-Hilled Forest, we've got For Fallenstad. I don't know if I want to put this on the river, on the mountain, or in this little plains. We've got this village or city or town gonna be Sovereignval or Sovereignval. Over here I've got my delve, which is the ruins of Doldhelm, and that's it for now. I know there's a guarantee 2 settlements. Beyond that, I do not know. Could be up to 5, but there's that. Let's pull out a little bit. Alright, let's take a test roll. I can get this out of the way. Test roll, make sure everything's coming out alright. We're looking good. A 9er. Alright, well, we'll come back to our map when I know what I need to fill it in with. I'll write down on this page right here. Let's go ahead and. Yeah, we need to place Sovereignval. I don't want to put it in the mountains. I could call this a river valley. It is valley-esque. Although valleys would be more like the spaces between the mountains, really. Not so much the spaces between a mountain range and a copse of hills. Let's go ahead and go with... We need to come up with a river. I like the Black River because of... can't think of the name. Why can I not think of the name of one of my, let's say, top 10 metal bands I enjoy? The Sword. Duh. So the Sword does the White River and the Black River. So let's call it the Black River. And we've got branches. So we'll call this the Black River. I'll write it here. We'll have a lake. I'll name that later. Alright, so the Black River, just called the Black River. Black River Valley? Yes. The Black River. Let's call it the Black River Valley. Let's hope these erasers don't betray me. Alright, so we'll write it right where right where the Sovereign Vol tag is. Well, the Black River Valley, right like that. Boom, right there, Black River Valley. So that'll be one region. Oh, sorry, this is the... Oh, we should probably name the whole region. I guess it's not as important as the area. But it would be good to have a name for this whole place. I need to put a swamp somewhere. Somewhere down in here. Alright, what are we going to call it? I didn't really have a... So, Forfalenstad has got a bit of a Norwegian feel. Sovereign Vol is fantasy. Doldhelm is Swedish feel. Doldhem. Elfhild Forest's got Old English feel to it. So this is kind of all over the place. Hakenskald I just made up. Kingswood's got an English feel to it. So let's go English or Old English. Inspiration is not striking me. What is this region collectively? It's just a bunch of settlements. We'll call it the country. The country. We're going to put the city over here somewhere. Right at the end of this wood. Or this road. I'll put the city. And then name it whatever I'm going to name it. Do that. Need more room to draw the picture of the city. So... What could we possibly name this? It's a country, so albeit small. I don't even have the main city name either. I was using Vegstad, but I already have a stad. I've got a helm, and I've got a vol. Do a borough. I always liked Edinburgh. Edinburgh, city of Edinburgh. That's got a very Englishy feel to it, though. So we'll go ahead and write it right about here. City of Edinburgh. Oops. The city of Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Could do Edinburgh. Edinburgh sounds better. City of Edinburgh. Yeah, I like that better. Eden's got biblical kind of connotations to it. Maybe I'll stick with Eden. Like, you want to be in the city, it's a nice place to be. Yeah, we'll do Eden. City of Edinburgh. Got Sovnval, Doldhem, Helm, which was a ruin. For Fallenstad is a small town. Alright, yeah, alright, we're good. So the area will be Edinburgh area. Or the country of Edinburgh. Like the countryside. Alright, well, anyways. Going to list map areas. Over here we've got our first one written out, which is the Black River Valley. Alright, so this is where my arm is resting comfortably, so let's bring the camera over there. There we go, there. So we're going to need to write down the area, and then within the area I'm going to need locations and what they are. So, how should I write this? Just write the area. So, the Black River Valley. Black River Valley. Underline. And first location. I don't have exactly what it's called, but we'll say, what do we need? Let's flip through the book and just see what information I need for my maps. Got plenty of wilderness. Positions, moving around. So the threats are for the entire region, not for specific map areas. For the entirety of the region, which I may or may not choose, I haven't decided. So, type. Settlement type is going to be a thing. Yeah, settlement type. Maybe I'll write that as notes. So, Black River Valley, and then there's locations. Nope. These are locations. This wouldn't be locations up here. I guess I'd write type of location. Yeah, that's what I'll write. Type of location and then notes. And then notes. Good enough. So this isn't going to be... This is going to be a settlement. Settlement, and then my note will be what it is. Or what type. Population level I'll write in front of it. So it'll be hamlet of, village of, town of. So there's always a town. So it's going to be the town of... Good, that makes things easy. So it's the town of Sovnval. Sovnval. Settlement. And we'll roll up what that is a little bit later. That's what's going to go there. Over here, what else do I need to keep track of? Let's look at the actual sheets they give you. I have my norm that I use for 2nd edition, but now I have to change everything up. So I got locations. I can write hidden locations down here somewhere. Friends. Got delve notes I need to track. Region current location. Alright, threat level. Alright, so it's looking like I'll do warband generation here, along with campaign generation, maybe on the back. Maybe on the front. I think I can probably fit them both on one page. I might have a blank page because I want to use this page as where I'm writing all my Warband stuff now. So let's write a skeleton out for this real quick. Then we can start rolling. Okay. So I like to divvy out my lines here and use rows of 8. Okay, so Warband. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, Warband. Next we need to know, where does it keep track of adventure points? Yeah, up there. No. Adventure points is a resource. We got adventure points, gold marks, and story points. And stars of the story. Still. We got equipment, backpack. Yep, alright. So we've got equipment, backpack. Okay, so used stars of the story. Okay, use stars of the story, give myself a space. We can do gold marks here. Story points here. And adventure points. Okay, then we'll give a space. We'll do... Still has campaign items. Let me check on those. Still got campaign items, so... Look at the items and make sure... There we go. Weapons are all assorted items. So we want stash, campaign items, and backpack. Yep. Yeah. Stash. Give 2 spaces. Campaign. And backpack. Okay. I think that's it for those things. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to need a space for contracts. Maybe that's what. This will be generation. This will be contracts, quests. Put those here. Maybe it's good for those. Back of this we'll have more space for friends, maybe. And then campaign log right here. And number 1 log. Campaign turn 1. There. Got that all written up. Next. So let's just finish. I just want to finish this out real quick. I just want to write down the characters. So we're going to have an avatar. We'll still have an avatar. And the avatar will go right here. And they still have experience and level. So, level, XP. Still got all the same stats. So we have, yeah, all the same. Agility, speed, combat, toughness, luck, will, bonus stat for my mystic, which will be casting, CA. Put CA right after CO. Same stuff. We got proficiencies and spells. So we got a new spot for proficiencies. That's at the end. So I do weapons, armor, worn, proficient. It's called proficiencies. It was easier when it was skills. Proficiencies, and then the mystic will have additional space for spells. Probably at least 2 more spaces. So spells, so 1, 2, 3, space. So mystic. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe space here. And 3, 3, 3, space here. 3, 3, 3, space here. Okay, so we can actually do 10. No, 9 is fine. Three, three, 3. Perfect. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can fit exactly 8. That'll work out nicely. Should have enough room for everything. So that's that. I'm going to write Mystic here. I want to write background down just to have it written down. I have origin. So I'll just write what their origin is. Wait a minute. I usually put the XP level down here. I do usually put XP and level down there. And that won't give me enough room. So maybe I'll just add casting to spells when I write that down. Yeah, let's set. So I do usually add it here. XP and level. And that gives me a space to do nothing with. Will almost absolutely have human as my avatar. Unsure about my mystic if he's going to be human or not. I'm going to be choosing. I'm probably going to go human, duskling, and then I'll consider one of the other races. And I'm just going to use human miniature for my duskling. He'll just be my barbarian, or my barbarian-like. So, alright, let's try writing out Mystic here. AG goes there. Weapons, armor, worn. She's there. And you will get... I don't think there's no cap on proficiencies for mystics anymore, but we'll still do... What are they called? Just spells, right? Yeah, spells. I'll put my CA right there and write out all my spells in their incantation level. Perfect. That'll work just fine. Alright, let's get to... I'm not using any toggles, so I'm not even going to bother. I'll just write it down. I gotta write everything down. Difficulty, toggles. We're going to play it straight out as is. None. Challenge rating. Equals 0. So in the book there's the challenge. You basically can pick your difficulty toggles, I call them. And they have a positive 1 or a negative 1. The higher the number, and then you add them all together, it kind of gives you a challenge rating. Higher the challenge rating, the harder, the lower the easier. Since I'm picking none, it's going to be a 0. Okay, so we can go right to Warband generation. Warband generation log. Okay, we'll do first hero equals human. We're going to do noble background for him. Hopefully we get a decent enough character we can make him the avatar, provided it's good enough. So I'm doing there's the random method, but it's if out of 4 characters you're going to get 1.8 are going to be human. You know, less than half are going to be human. I definitely prefer the choice method, because I'm going to use basically 2 humans, a third human being the Duskling, and then I think I'll roll randomly and re-roll, or I'll probably just choose. I'll just do the full-on choose. Let's see, if you prefer to randomize, yeah, so they just tell you to choose. So it's looking like I don't like ferals and preens. At least not now. So I'll do 2 human, 1 Duskling, and then probably a Feyblood or a Halfling. A lot of Halfling miniatures out there, but I'm playing 15 mil, so Halfling 15 mil is going to be quite tiny. So we'll go ahead and go with probably a Fey-blooded. So 2 humans, a Duskling, and a Fey-blooded. I'm not going to use the Dwarf PDF just yet. I might tinker with it and use it on my own at a later point. I think the Dwarf having an offensive trait, kind of a special ability, as opposed to a defensive one, I would rather switch that. It gets like a combat advantage or something. I'd rather switch that to a defensive sort of thing, where you maybe give him the thick-headed trait from before, where he avoids stuns or something. I don't even know if there is stuns anymore, but I'm sure there are. Something like that. Just to make it feel more dwarfy. Not necessarily a toughness bump, but something more along the lines of a defensive capability. Alright, so we got that. So I'm going to do human, Duskling, Feyblood. And we're going to start with the Mystic. So the Feyblood may be my Mystic. Might do the Feyblood as the Mystic. So let's do the Noble. So let's go ahead and roll. We'll do black, gray, white for our 4 rolls. Alrighty. Oh, I gotta write down what the background's gonna be. Noble background. And capabilities. Capabilities equals. I don't know why I gotta log everything like this, but I do. is equals 15. A toughness increase. Plus 1 toughness. And then we've got mentality. Equals another 1d20. Oop, not times anything. Just 1. 20 equals second gray. I'll go white and then a gray. Oops, bounced out of the thing. It happens sometimes. Second is a 16. Just plus 1 XP. Plus 1 XP. Then, moving on to possessions. Let's go ahead and do another gray action. Scoot him into the corner at least, so I know that this one is the one coming down the... Ah, dropped it. Nope. Looks like I'm going for you. That one's off the desk and I ain't doing it. Come on, dice. Come on. Nope. I'll figure out a solution to this dice. I just like the tower so much. Alright. So, possessions. Got a 7. 7 gives me a quality weapon. Let's just write Bastard Sword down right now. And then finally, training. Oops. It'll be a white dice. Training is a 9er. Just 2 XP. Almost got a level already. So we're starting with 3 XP on this fella. Was it a 7 or 9? Not 2 XP, 1 XP. My mistake. That didn't sound right, so I had to look at it again. 1 XP. Got a bastard sword. So 2 XP, so we could take 2 training actions and get him a level right off the bat. Probably not. So that would be our first hero. Second hero. Equals... I'm considering a halfling. Human Duskling, Fey Blood halfling. I was about to do a human with a frontier background. But a halfling with a frontier background might be the way to go. I will say human. 3 humans and an elf is what I'm going to be adventuring with. Human. Frontier. Background. I need to get a coffee pot in here. Capabilities equals 1d20. Alrighty. We got ourselves a 17. What is a 17? Woohoo, agility and combat. You might end up being my avatar. Plus 1 agility, plus 1 combat. That's a nice roll. We've got mentality. More gray dice. 4. 4 nets me +1 experience point. Next up, possessions. Possessions equals, well, it looks like my Fey Blood is going to be a mystic. 1d20. Roll a black for possessions. We got a 5. Give me some marks. 2 gold marks. And then training. Use a white. 14. 2 skills. Which are, is it a D100 or is it a D20? To the skills page. I think it's a D100. It is a D100. Pull out the tray. Let's roll a white and a black. First skill. 32. So 1d100 times 2 equals 32, and I'll look at it what they are in a second. Let's roll the black. 32 and 17. So we've got 17 is devotion, and 32 is expertise. It's got a very druidish feel to him. Just wilderness would have been better. Oh no, so devotion is, that's a weird combination. That's what it is. Crafting would have been better. So, devotion, expertise. That'll be you, Duskling. I'll just say third hero and then I'll write Duskling. Third hero equals Duskling with Outsider. So we're rolling on four of 6 different tables. That's good. Outsider background. Right, they have to have outsider background if I am not mistaken. Yep, they do. Outsider background capabilities. Abilities equals 1d20. Okay. For the YouTube, I'm going to do battle reports and actual like YouTube videos for a second campaign at some point. No promises when. For that one, I'll do randomize everything, including origin. But for this first one, I want to try to stick with human, like a humanocentric, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's roll black for. Ooh, Zealot would have been a good one for. Zealot would have been a better one for that guy. Anyways, we're going on outsider capabilities. 18. Rolling pretty good. 18. It's agility in combat. Very nice. Let's +1. This is a pretty decent Warband so far. It's a good barbarian. Those are good barbarian stats. Capabilities. Next up will be mentality. There'll be a gray dice coming down the chute. Or probably +1 XP. Yeah, +1 XP. Next is possessions. Send a white down. 8. Possessions 8 plus 2 gold marks. Finally, we'll be training. These tables are so much better. So much better. We'll send down a gray. Here comes a gray. 15. 15 is just +1 XP. Last but not least, we will be doing Feyblood. Oh, nope. Alright, 4th hero first. Mystic background. This will be our Mystic. I'm gonna have to name these guys. Ugh, I hadn't even thought about names. Mystic background. Or that'll be capabilities. Capabilities equals 1d20. Alright, send a white down. More capability. Alright, now I gotta get them. I've dropped too many. I have to get them now. I'll grab that other gray one over here. You and where'd the gray go? Where did that gray dice go? It's gotta be over here somewhere. I'll lose my microphone. It's not there. Oh, there you are. Need a back guard for my table. Some dice. Okay. Any water in this room? No water in this room, just coffee. Where were you? Capabilities. Sending down a white dice. 18 again. Wow. What a roll. $18 is a toughness increase. Feyblood's a tough Feyblood, eh? Next up is mentality. Send down a gray. We got a 1. +2 will. Wowzers. Possessions. There's no way to get your... Since it does not seem to be a way to get your casting skill off the bat any higher. Yeah. Alright, possessions. Sending a black down. Got 19. It's just a regular old item. So we'll just write what the items are. You may choose bandages, a cloak. Could do a cloak. Silver tree leaf, tonics, torches. Ranger cloak? Bandages would be good to have. Do a cleric-y sort of mystic. Tonics are pretty good too. Tonics are more for maybe bandages. Probably bandages. Are bandages campaign items, or are bandages backpack, or worn, or what are they? Same thing with tonics for that matter. Let's go quickly to items. Here we go. S and B. So torches are S and B. Tonics are campaign. Oh, stash. Stash and backpack for torches. Tonics are stash and campaign. I know the cloak is worn. So we want to look up bandages. Stash and back. I gotta put bandages in the backpack. So that means anybody can use them. I don't necessarily have to have him take it. So we'll go with the Ranger's cloak. Ranger's cloak. Then training. Clear this up. Yeah, we got a second viewer. Welcome. Rolling up the characters. Training for the Mystic. We have 15, which is just plus 1 XP. Very few skills. One guy got skills, that's it. Alright, well that sums that up. Let's do a quick review. We got our human with noble background, has a plus 1 to his toughness, and plus 2 XP. Our second hero is a human with a frontier background. He's got plus 1 agility in combat, and he's going to get plus 1 XP, and he's also going to have devotion and expertise as skills. Third hero is going to be a duskling. He has to do outsider. He's going to have 1 agility in combat as well. He will have plus 2 XP. And then our Feyblood is a mystic, who's going to have plus 1 toughness, plus 2 will, which is good, and plus 1 XP. I also rolled Ranger Cloak, and I rolled a Bastard Sword. Total gold marks so far is 4. We're going to get plus 4 to our gold marks. So that was the character creation process. Now, we move on to oh no, that's not the entire character creation process, because we got to roll up Mystic Arts, it's not called Arts anymore. And we also have to roll our avatar history table. So first let's do our spells. So you start with, we'll just read it just to make sure. I believe you start with, so let me just find it without ripping these pages. Alrighty. Doesn't say. Where does it say? I mean, it does say. I just have to find it. Where, oh where? how many mystic spells you get. Spell selection. Select any 2, then roll 3 times. Reroll duplicates. Okay, so select 2, roll 3 times. We got an elf, basically as our mystic, or that's Fey-blooded, not necessarily an elf. The Fey can be a bit dark. So, there's bleed. Compel, that'd be interesting. Confuse. Go an enchantment kind, maybe. Could be slight enchantment, explore. Fortune frighten. I'm going to go off, basically I'm going to go off the names here. Foresee. Frighten. Heal, seems pretty basic. Remove a wound. Illuminate. Infuse. Manipulate. That's items. It's telekinesis. Premonition. Mobility. Meekness. Meekness. Ooh. Enemy melee attacks do +0/+0. Oh. That's powerful. That can be real powerful. I'm going to have to pick meekness. Shield. Slow. Slow looks pretty good too. I might have to do slow. Meekness and slow. Or I could do the spell break. Enemy is unable to cast any spells. Meekness and spell break, perhaps, as my chosen ones. Ooh, steel break is good too. I could really just dominate whatever their best character is by reducing his armor to 0 and his combat abilities to 0 and 0. That looks pretty good. That sounds pretty good to me. And then we'll just let fate pick the rest. Summon? No. Don't want summon. So I think Spellbreak and Meekness are our choices. So let me write down the spells. Mystic spells. Should I call them Mystic spells? Or spells? We'll just call it spells. Well, I'll write Mystic spells. Meekness, Spellbreak, and then 1d 100 times 3. I have to re-roll duplicates. Alright, first roll for my bonus spells is a 46. Then we've got, let's do white. White coming down at a 32. And gray. Gray coming down. One dice popped out. We got 20 something. Unless I bump it. Bump that again. There it goes. I did bump it into a 77. Okay, 32 is Fog. Yeah. It's got a Fey-esque feel to it. Fog. 46. Heal. No, not a bad roll. I wanted to take it and I didn't. So I'm glad I rolled it. 77. Shield. What's shield do? All range attacks aimed at the spell's target or a character within 3 inches of them only hit a natural 6. There's your dodge skill you don't get to get anymore. Alright, and then we got to do avatar background, or what is it called? For random rolls, anyhow. Just double check. Creation. Follower tables. I don't really care to roll. They're going to be what they're going to be. These the follower table doesn't really add any rules. It's just more of a description. So I'll just describe who they are on my own. Yep, D100. Select one of your existing heroes to be your avatar. So it doesn't matter if I pick them before. It technically has it in the order where you're supposed to pick your avatar first, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm gonna pick. Doesn't matter, but I'm gonna pick probably the dude with the frontier background. He seems to be the best. He's like a jack of all trades. So he'll probably be the guy. Yeah, he'll be the guy. But let's roll on. Avatar history table. Avatar history equals. Let's get these dice out of here. Okay. We got a 90. Let's write it down. I'm going to look. 90. An old drunkard told you to travel here and visit the strange rock. Add an unexplored location to the wilderness of the regional map. So, +1 unexplored location. For us to explore. At our leisure, mind you. Alright, let's double check on. Followers don't roll. They used to get a skill. They do not get a skill anymore. Yep, so next up. We will write down Warband. Well, first we'll write down our total gold marks and our total story points. Starting gold marks equals 3 plus 4. 7 gold marks. Starting story points. I don't think you can get bonus story points unless it's... Yeah, you can get them from the avatar history. Starting story points. Equals, I believe, 3. You just start with 3. Yep. 3 story points. Then we go to our Warband equipment table, or Warband starting Warband equipment. Starting Warband equipment will equal. Now I gotta get my scrap. We're gonna start with a bastard sword. Then we get 2 partial, 2 light, 1 helmet, 1 shield. And then 2 quality and 2 basic. Okay, so let's go with... Let's do all the weapons. Bastard Sword and Shield is going to be the avatar, probably. So the Noble, maybe the Noble, Bastard Sword, Shield. I mean, I guess there's no point in having two weapons with the fencing sword anymore. You should always have a shield, really. Is there a reason to not have a shield? Don't think there's a reason to not have a shield. As soon as I can get to the equipment. Where are you, equipment? There we go, 59. Alright, is there a reason to not have a shield? Shield receives +1 to armor against range and may parry against melee strikes. So there's no point in having a fencing sword and a shield. So Bastard Sword and Shield seems to be the way to go. Warhammer and Shield isn't bad either. War Spear and Shield isn't bad either. Although I think I'd go with the Bastard Sword over anything. So, Bastard Sword, I get 2 more quality weapons. I think I might give my elf the longbow, the elf mystic. Well, he's got a toughness bump. He can get into it. Elf with a war spear. Seems good to me. Okay, so how about Bastard Sword, Shield for the Avatar. Check. Warhammer, Shield for the Noble. I want him to be penetrating armor. Yes, I do. Or maybe I should go back just 2 Bastard Swords. So we'll do another Bastard Sword. The +1 to wound is better, I think. Bastard Sword. We get another one. Get 2 quality weapons. 2, I mean, plus the Bastard Sword, so Bastard Sword, Bastard Sword. We get 1 shield. Got the Duskling. This is tough. Tough choices. 2 Bastard Swords and what, a War Spear? Or a War Hammer? Two Bastard Swords and a Warhammer. Then we'll take a Self Bow. Let me read. I think it's any character with a ranged weapon gets a light weapon for free. Or at least any hero. Where are you, heroes? Here we go. Yep, they automatically get a light weapon. So, get a light weapon with that. And then I get one more weapon. Just be a... I could do a staff, baby. Get the parry skill. Then I'd have an elven mystic with a staff. Yeah, probably gonna do that. I'll take a staff. So the self bow and light weapon we can pass off to the other follower. Now for armor, I can upgrade. How does it work? Optionally, you may put one hero in no armor and upgrade a suit of partial armor to full. So one hero in no armor, which would mean I only get one light suit of armor. So I'll get one light, one partial, one full, which is what I'll do. Full armor, part armor, light armor. Helm shield. Okay, that is all the equipment I get for my heroes. My two followers, I get self bow, light weapon, and then basic weapon. Yeah? Or is it standard? Standard weapon. Yeah. And one suit of light? Yeah. Light armor. That's all the equipment I get, and then I get 2 silver leaf. What's silver leaf? Oops. Okay, so starting equipment, we're going to do 2 bastard swords. Over here. We'll do the one warhammer. 2 bastard swords. 2 self bows. 2 self bows. 2 light weapons. Staff. And standard weapon. And we then get 1 full, 1 part, 2 light, helmet shield. Light. And helmet shield. Then we get 2 doses of silver leaf and a ranger's cloak. that is it, if I am not mistaken. It's looking that way. That should do it. Okay. That is equipment. Rolled up. And starting Warband member names, basically. Now we gotta name these fellas. Ugh. What is my naming conventions for Dustlings and Feyblood? I don't know. Let me bring up. We'll go humans. Old English or English-esque for human. Dusklings will do the Norwegian, Swedish, that vicinity. And Feyblood could do either South American or a Vietnamese area. Alright, so Old English names, let's just... Or we can do Celtic for humans. Popular baby names. That's where I always go. Alfred, it's a good one. Alfred. Maybe the noble. Blythe is a good one. Brock. Weatherby. Lomar. Nothing's really jumping out at me. Nothing here. Let's try... Let's try a different one. Want old English. Not baby names, really. Here we go. Broderick. Caldwell. Alfred again. Oscar. Godric. Godric. So that'll be the noble. Godric. Yeah, Godric. Godric Armstrong. Need something better than that. try Celtic names. Yeah, he's got an interesting sound. Yeah, we'll do Celtic. I like these better. Nothing good here. Let's try fantasy name generator. That might be better. They have decent name generations. Fantasy name generator. Let's try real names. Oh, here we go. Celtic Welsh, Celtic Gaul, Celtic Breton. Let's try Celtic Breton. Yeah, this is where we're gonna go. Try English Americans here. Colonial Americans. Let's try that. These are interesting choices. Ajax, Jedediah, Cotton. Let's go with Celtic Welsh. Yeah, this has got a fantasy-like name. Irwin. Here we go. Delwyn. Dewey Owen. Baden. Kind of like Baden. Yeah, I like that. We'll go with Baden. Baden. Baden-Urian? Yeah, alright. Baden-Urian. So I guess we're going with fantasy name generator. Baden-Urian for the avatar. We've got the noble. Call him noble. Kerwin. Stefan. Padridge. Idwall, Baden again. Yeah. Arter. It's too much like Arter Hopling. Outer Roderick. Outer Everson. Arter. I like the name though. Arter. We're gonna go with Arter. Oh, there's Roderick. Oh, there's Godric was the one I picked out before. Yeah, we'll go with Godric. I like that name better. Godric Bond? No. Pritchard, Godric Vaughn. Pritchard Phillips, Godric Phillips. Godric Yarwood. There we go. Godric Yarwood. We've got our Duskling. Oops. Duskling will be... What kind of names do we want our Duskling? What had I decided on? Don't remember. Jungle names. Have Vietnamese names? They do have Vietnamese names. Oh yeah, so those will be Swedish. Swedish looks good. Swedish or Norwegian? We'll do Norwegian. Asmund. I like that. Asmund? Probably Asmund. Asmund Johansson. Asmund no. Asmund Oakland? No. Asmund Rydal. That was pretty good. Asmund Ryland. No. Oscar. Bjarnsson. No. Hugo. Olav. Lovik. Asmund Lovik. I'm good with that. Asmund Lovik. We've got our Mystic, or Feyblood. He will be, I was thinking Vietnamese. Yeah, Vietnamese. Yep. Now I'm going to butcher pronunciation on this, but Nguyen and Kang. Yeah, Nguyen and Kang. It's a good one. Nguyen and Kang. Nguyen. Yeah, I like that. Nguyen An Huang. That is spelt like this. Nguyen and we'll do Kang. Nguyen An Kang. Then we've got followers. Those will just be regular old English names. Bobby. Chester. Jackson. I like Chester. Chester Cox. Chester Cook. Chester Cook. Chester Cook. And Monty Ewan. Ewan Rogers. Could be Ewan Rogers. Hold on. Alright, we're back. My mic quiet? Seems like it's quiet. That better? Yeah. Got Chester Cook. And Vinny Leon Spencer. Yeah, that's good. Leon Spencer. There it is. Warband generation completed. Now we go on to region. I have to take a short break. I've been going for a little while here. Been going for an hour and a half. So I might take a quick break before I get into this. Might have to do more tomorrow for coming up with our first encounter. But we need to go to campaign generation. Starting the campaign. Set up the region. Still haven't named the region. Okay, let's go. So I'll call it campaign generation log. Okay. And we'll start with, not with established settlements. I will start with determined threats because I don't think it matters. Actually, it doesn't matter at all, so I'll just do it in order. So, set up a region. We want to do established settlements first. That'll be 1D 100. So this is for settlement population. We have a 37, which gets us 2 hamlets and a town. Alright, so now we do first town equals, that will be Sovereign Vol. Sovereign Vol. Sovereign Vol and type equals 1D100. I get to add 10 to this roll because it is a town. So what is the 30? So 20 plus 30, 20 plus 10. That will give us nomadic camp. No! How does that make any sense? The name of it's Sovereign Vol. Does it allow me to pick or do I have to roll? Yeah, it doesn't make any damn sense. I don't like that. That was the roll, so how are we going to get around this? My town is a frickin' nomadic camp. I guess I just gotta burn a story point. That's how I'll do it. I'll burn a story point to re-roll. even though I don't think you can do that. But I'm gonna penalize myself for not taking the roll as is. 'Cause I am not having my main settlement be a nomadic camp. No sir, not happening. Alright, where are story points? 56. Roll again for any die roll you just made. Doesn't say anything about you can't use them during this, as far as I can tell. Yeah, I'm not seeing it say I can't do it during this. It's probably implied, but it's not specifically stated. So I will spend -1 story point to reroll. Better not be a damn 20. This is plus 10. He better not be another 20. 35. Plus 10 is a 45. Which is a manner. Better. Much better. Manner. Costs a story point to do it, but there it is. First Hamlet equals 4 Fallenstad. Type equals D100. This is minus 10 because it is a Hamlet. It's going to be 10 or lower. So it's a 7 minus 10. Negative 3. Scattered farming community. Learned a spell. Scattered farming community. And second Hamlet equals, now we need a name for the second Hamlet. I already used Old Helm, Sovereign Ball, Fallenstad. What do we want? I used Edenborough. Call it Oaksborough. Go with the Edenborough name. Let's see. Okay, let's see. This is what I want to look at. We can do a Ford. We can do a Ham. A Hearst. A Ton. kind of want to roll what the type is before I name it. But I need to know how much space I can use. Hurst. Oakhurst. Be good. Maplehurst. Fallenhurst. Not I use Fallen in the names. Barrow, Bury, Ford, Amherst. Mere. No, that's for a lakeside area. Stead. Let's look at the map and see where I'm going to put this place. Probably end up sticking this place somewhere in the hills, so maybe Hurst. So we'll call it be a Hurst. It's going to end up being down in these hills, south of the Kingswood. Yeah, south of the Kingswood. Cat is messing around near cords. Get out of here. So let's look up. Flawed. No. What can we call it? I want them in those hills, or I could have them in Kingswood. Could have it right here, right after the mountains, right before Kingswood. We'd call it Kingswood. It would be right down there. Where could I even be able to put its little banner anywhere? What are you eating, cat? Cat's eating a toothpick. Kingswood. Put it in the Kingswood. Nah, see, I got a wooded area. I've got a valley area. I figure a hills area would probably be, or mountain area. This could be anything. Let's go with, yeah, what's the, we can do Stanhurst. Don't like it. Do Wessenhurst. It's old, very old English for death. Wessenhurst, the Death Hills. Yeah, all right. Wessenhurst. Wessenhurst. All right, type. something bad happened at Wessenhurst for it to gain its name. Yeah, I got a second viewer. Alright, what type of hamlet is what? I rolled a 36. It's going to be a nomadic camp. I fucking hate nomadic camp. So 36 minus 10 gives me a 26, which is a nomadic camp. That I'm not so worried about. Be like a Stonehenge kind of deal. A couple of times a year they'll come there to gather. Yeah, I'm okay with that. At least for this little hamlet, I'm okay with it. Okay, and that's that. So we've established our settlements. I've got names for them. That's 3 areas. That's going to be Black River Valley, the Elfhild Forest, and then I don't know what to name this next area. It'll go right here, whatever it's called. Okay, so that's done. Next, we've done settlement types. We've established settlements. We are beginning to create our map right here. We've got map areas, sort of. We're going to have a few hidden locations. We've got 1 unexplored location. That you start with 1? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. I think you start with an unexplored. You gotta start with a delve. So unexplored locations are. Okay, let's read it. We gotta determine threats next, but it's. So you add unexplored location, 3 camps. Three camps, which will get their own area. I'll have to place them somewhere. First I gotta figure out my threats. So that's the next thing actually, is I figure out my threats. So, foes within. So we'll call this determine threats. Oops. So let's see what the threats will be. Determine threats. Foes within. Actually, let's do colon. Foes within equals 1d 100 times 2. I can choose if I wish. Or I can roll. Might choose, actually. Because I like Whispers from Beyond, because I'm a fan of undead. And cultists, for that matter. We've got bandits and brigands. And there's the Iceheart Court. Like Treefolk and Fae. Let's take a quick look at the Iceheart Court. Just to see That's not here. That is all the way down here. Yeah. What is the Ice Heart Court looking like for encounters? What kind of things are we facing? Goblins, forest folk, elfhounds, spider touch, war dryads. Tree wardens. Those are treants. Base spirit, base soldier, winter legion. Bay knights, queen's own. Alright, I'm thinking Ruin Within and Whispers from Beyond. I'm gonna pick. I'm not gonna roll. Because those seems like the easiest source miniatures that I can source. I don't really care for the Gnawling Horde. Yeah, so we'll do Those Within equals the Ruin Within. The Ruin Within. And Whispers from Beyond. And that's probably going to be our primary threat. It's Whispers from Beyond. Being my favorite. Gotta fight undead. Dwarves fighting undead is probably my favorite thing. Those were the most fun D&D campaigns I ever ran. Was dwarves fighting lots and lots of undead. Bows without. Bows without equals. I was supposed to take a break, I never did. Alright, you got a choice here. Dusklings, Oldkin, the Curse of War, the Faceless Kingdom. Probably the Curse of War. I like the Oldest Kin. I've got Artisan Guild Lizard Folk. So that's like everything I probably need right there. Dusklings are cool. Could always do Dusklings. Let's look. Duskling Warbands versus the Curse of War. Let's read what those two are like. I could always have the enemy Dusklings be orcs as well. Who doesn't like orcs? Warband remnants, hunting band, blood streaked band, maddened wave. These are all humanish. Well, Duskling, but those Dusklings are basically going to be humans. Yeah, there's no real. Alright. That's got a strong possibility. Let's look at the Curse of War. Chibbering corpse crawlers. That just sounds awesome. Oof, it's a brutal fight though. Oh, they got demons in this Curse of War. They got imps. These crazy gibberling corpse crawlers. I'm thinking maybe Curse of War. I didn't like the Faceless Kingdom. It's weird. It's like animal people. I don't know. No thanks. Curse of War looks like a lot of fun. Craven deserters, opportunistic pillagers, cruel deserters, torchbearers, gibbering corpse crawlers, Bloodstained Fiends, Forsaken Infantry. Yeah, those guys are cool. They look tough, though. They look pretty tough. War Mad Roamers. Battlefield Stalkers. Yeah, these are crazy, crazy things. War Cultists. Those are cool. Torn Flags. Forsaken Elite. Alright, we're going to go Curse of War. Definitely like that. Curse of War will be our enemy without. Yeah, the Curse of War. I like it. Okay. Alright, so now we need to establish threat levels. So we'll do Ruin Within, Whispers from Beyond, the Curse of War. We'll do the Whispers from Beyond being a 6. We'll call it Whispers. Ruin and Curse. Okay. Points of interest. So I think what I need to do is write down all map areas. So we have Alright, so we've got 3 map areas that we have already determined for our 3 towns. We're going to have 3 more for these enemy camps. So that's 6. Then I need 1 for the delve, that's 7. And then 1 for points, place additional points of interest. So these points, unexplored locations. So did I have 1? Yeah, I got 2 unexplored locations now. Those don't have to have their own map area. Those can be within another area. I think the delve, though. Yeah, the delve, it says to place it away from stuff. So I got unexplored location. Don't know how I want to mark those. Let me see. Let's look at the unexplored location. See exactly what it is. Where does it say? Okay, let me look. On the table of contents. Unexplored locations, 94. Table of contents is really good. So, Brewing Old City, OS, Suspected Monster Hunt. Alright, so these will be anything. They could be a monster lair, a hamlet, a delve, enemy camp. Aren't the camps not hidden? Yeah. There's 3 camps. Yeah. So you can place hit second camp. Interesting. Baywoods. Tracks leading to a lair. Alright, so I think unexplored locations. I'll have to write UL or something. And I have to put a question mark on the map. Yep, that's what I gotta do. So, let's do, we'll call this starting areas. Starting areas and locations. Equals. So we're going to stick a point of interest in the Black River Valley, right next to Sovereign Ball. Maybe not. Yeah, we will. Black River Valley. And that gets the town of Sovereign Ball. Sovereign Ball. And unexplored location. And I'll just write question mark. I can write it right in here because that's what's going to be on the map until it is explored. Question mark. How do I want to write this? Do not equals, but that. And that equals town of Sovereignville, and that. Then the next location will be the Elf-Hilled Forest. That will be equals the hamlet of Fallenstad. And do I want to put an unexplored location there? I get one more I have to place. I already got my delve somewhere. That's going to be in whatever these hills will be called. Nope, I'll put my unexplored location in those hills with Doldhelm. So there'll be the delve and an unexplored location. It's the Kingswood too. I can always put something in the Kingswood. I think I'll put the whatchamacallit camp in the Kingswood. What did I roll? Or I didn't roll, I picked. Room Within. I'll stick that in the Kingswood. So Hamlet for Fallenstad. That's all that's in the Elf-Hilled Forest as of right now. Then we need our last. So we need to name these hills right here. I already know it's Wessenhurst. Call them the Wesson Hills. Come up with a different name for death. Wesson Hills. So Wessenhurst. Let's go what? Rocky. Barren. good name for the hills? Barren Hills. This does not work. Let's call them... Grassy. Nope. What's over here? Wessenhurst? Hexen Hills? Call them the Hexton Hills. Isn't that a company? Hexton Hills. Get out of here, cat. Hexen. Yeah, I think Hexton Hills is a company. Alright, what can we call these hills? We got Wessenhurst. Man, I can't name anything today. Having zero name inspiration. Right when I need it the most. Devil's Wood, that's a good one. Devil's Wood. Not good enough. Let's see, call them Highlands? Something Highlands. I like that. Something Highlands. Let's see if I can find that. There we go. This thing doesn't work at all. Oh, here we go. Agesa. The Agesa Highlands? Okay. The Agesa Highlands is what this area will be called. Let me write it down. I gotta put the probably Hurst right there. Agesa Highlands. Agesa Highlands. Alright, so Agesa Highlands. And that gets us Wessenhurst. The hamlet of Wessenhurst. I think that's all that's going there. Maybe an unexplored location? Let's see. Agesa Highlands. Kingswood. Doldholm. I think I'll put the unexplored location here. So that means that's all that's going to be in the Agesa Highlands is Wessenhurst. Next up will be our delve. So we need another name. Let's see, Philic. Foul, ugly, rotten. There's an interesting English to Old English translator here. Philic. Christmas. Philic. Let's see. Turn caps lock off here. Old English for dead. Blood. The dead free. Debt free. It's a garment of a dead person. The dry. Nope. Deadregal. Deadregal. Yeah, Deadregal. Interesting name. Might go with it. Deadregal. Herwick. Let's try Old English. Blood. Depth free. Debrief. Nope. Deadregal. Deadregal Hills. Deadregal Mounds. Yeah, Deadregal Mounds. The Deadregal Mounds. That gets us the Ruins of Doldhelm. And an unexplored location. So that is our delve and 2 unexplored locations, our 3 initial settlements. So we just need 3 camps. So 1 camp can go in the Harkenscald Mountains. 1 camp can go in the Kingswood. And 1 camp can go here. So let's think about Harkenscald Mountains will be Curse of War. Kingswood will be the Ruin Within. And this mountain range here. Baltor. Terror of Hell. Helborgia. Helidor. Eldru. Gustwelu. Trying to come up with a Gornhof. Gornhof. Yeah, that's good. Gornhof Mountains. What is it? Gornhof? Gornhof. The Gornhof Mountains. That'll be See that range right there? That's where we'll get a camp. How should I draw a camp symbol? Actually, I don't need to draw the symbol just yet. We've got Harkenskald Mountains, Gornhof Mountains, Kingswood. Start with the Kingswood. I don't need to name the camp. Hey, how you doing? I didn't see you. I was looking on some name generators. So far, big fan. I'm just having fun doing the campaign generation right now. It's an excuse to look up old English to modern English translators. So actually, you just showed up. Probably can't stay long. It's late, but give you a quick look at my map thus far. Tried to do a Tolkien-esque mountain ranges. I think they came out pretty good. Same thing with the hills. And I'm doing banners and symbols for all the villages rather than just dots and names. So we got City of Edinburgh is going to go here. I haven't drawn it in yet. That's the city of the area. Yeah, I had noticed that you had started it, but I was gonna do my stream today, so I didn't jump in. I popped in for a second to see what was going on. I think I'm going to be doing my streams on Saturday from now on. But we got Alfhild Forest with our hamlet of Fallenstad. We've got Sovereignval as our main town. It's in the Black River Valley. Doldhelm is our delve. It's a ruin in the Dedragal Mountains. Got Hakenskald Mountains. That's going to have one of our camps. So is the Gornhof Mountains. It's going to have a camp. And Kingswood's going to have a camp. So it's all looking pretty good so far. Yeah, I like my compass came out pretty good. Kind of like the compass. Small detail, but I think it looks nice. It's a nice little compass to draw on. Not that it matters, but it's a fun map. I enjoy doodling maps, so. I don't like my wood. I need to change up the woodlands. The way I used to do it would be if there's your coast, there's some mountains, there's a river, and I used to do my woodlands like this. Just large areas of woodlands. And then I could draw whatever I want on the inside of them, but I already went with these individual tree-looking forests, so we'll to go with something else next time. But quick overview of the map. So far I'm nearly done with all my generations. Then I wanted to get into my first campaign turn, but I don't think I'm gonna because it's nearly midnight. I just want to roll until I get to an encounter, and then I'll have all of the information I need to source the models for my encounters, and then I'll 3D print them and then paint them and hopefully be able to play on a decent board. Hopefully I can do that once a week is the goal. But we'll see. We'll see how far I get. But first, I must continue campaign generation, which is nearly done. I just need to write where all the camps are. So we've got Kingswood. Equals the Ruin Within camp. Ruin Within camp. And that's all that's there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do with my second edition campaign that I started like 2 weeks ago. And then I found out this was coming out, and I started that campaign, but then I basically had to scrap it because third edition dropped. So now I kind of have to do third edition, and it's way better than second. It's miles better. So I gotta redo another warband and set up another campaign. That's what this stream is. And then the plan is I generate everything I need up to an encounter, then create that whole encounter. I'm doing 15mm too. Create the whole 15mm encounter with my 3D printers. I have a few. Try to get them painted up before the game, and then the following Saturday I'll stream the game. And then at the end of that game, I will generate the next encounter, so I know what I need to do for the following campaign turn. So basically, I won't be able to do 2 fights in a turn, because I'll have to be able to, unless I happen to just have the models ready to go. But that's the idea, and then on Wednesday I'm going to be streaming my hobby progress, and then I'll probably stream some sort of this is how I do it kind of deal. And then eventually I'll do legitimate campaign turn and battle reports. Yeah, I've got walls upon walls of, because I've had printers for a long time now. Here, let's do a quick shelves of minis, unpainted, shelves of terrain, shelves of terrain. You can't see there behind that TV. Oh, there we go. Shelves of terrain. Shelves of terrain over there. And then I got crap in my closets. So I got a lot. I just like printing. I gotta hit like a certain quota of models. If I don't have 10 printed models and 3 pieces of terrain a week, I start having seizures. So I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff printed out that I need to, and now I've totally switched scale to 15 mil, so now I gotta reprint everything. Oh, and that's not including all of the Games Workshop stuff that's in my basement that I've decided I'm swearing off Games Workshop. Totally, including the paint. I even got the paint in the basement. I got sick and tired of their business practices and packed everything up in a box. And I had most of these shelves filled with Games Workshop stuff. So there's even more gray in the basement. But back to, and I got a whole bunch of Reaper stuff I never painted. But at least with the 15 mil stuff, I should be able to get it painted up quickly. Yeah, screw GW, exactly. I loved that game, I really do, and I still like the lore. I'm not like saying that the world is bad. I love that lore, or what it was, anyways. I don't like the company to the point where I have packed all of my thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of Games Workshop stuff in boxes and put them in the basement, because I don't even want to look at them anymore, because it's going to make me want to buy stuff that I cannot afford. But I guess if I wanted to get popular, I'd stick with I'd do some Games Workshop stuff, but I'm not trying to get popular. I'm basically just playing fun games. Alright, back to finishing this so I can be done for the night. So we got Kingswood will be Ruin Within Camp. We've got the Haken-Scald Mountains. I'm almost done here. Haken-Scald Mountains. We'll have the Curse, what is it, the Curse of War? Is that the threat I picked? Yeah, I picked my threats. I didn't roll them. I'll do another game where I roll them, but this one I wanted to pick. So, the Curse of War Camp. And then last area on the map, War Surge. I've never heard of War Surge. By Crusade stuff, do you mean like the Horus Heresy stuff? Because I do, and I'll read the books still. I read quite a few of them. I haven't read one since I swore off Games Workshop, though. Curse of War. Then the last location is the Groenhof Mountains. Groenhof Mountains. Oh yeah. I bought the 9th edition box when it dropped, and then literally like a week later got sick and tired of Games Workshop. Never looked into it, and then eventually packed everything away. So I didn't really get into Crusades. But yeah, I kind of I heard about it in reviews, and it seemed like it'd be fun. But another reason I can't really do any of this stuff is that requires 2 people. That doesn't require 2 people. Like, I've always been a solo player. I would have figured out a way to play solo, but it's better with 2. And I got 3 kids. I got a brand new baby. Every time I have a new baby, it's like, I can't play any kind of game now for another 2 years. So I'm gonna stick with solo gaming for the moment. Plus, I'm sort of game designing my own zombie campaign skirmish game. Because believe it or not, there's not that many of them out in the market. You'd think there'd be a ton, but I only found like 3 that are like true campaign skirmish games, not like Zombicide. I know Last Days is the biggest one. So I'm still working on that. Right now, that's just all the rules for that game are written in a notebook like this. They're all written out. I need to translate them into a sort of digital document. I also need to print enough minis for me to start playtesting. I'm going to film those playtests that I do, put them up on YouTube, and then once I get it digitized, I'll beg for playtesters in my Discord, in the Discord server I'm in, and see if anybody wants to help me out there. Yeah, no worries, man. It's been lonely here until you showed up. Alright, so Groenhof Mountains. We'll get the Whispers from Beyond camp. It seems weird that they would have a camp. Whispers from Beyond camp. That should be... Yeah, definitely. Once it's all set up and ready to go. First, I'll be making battle reports on my own, so you'll be able to at least say, like, watch me play a battle report and be able to see if you're even interested in playtesting. It'll be up. I'll have it up on my YouTube whenever that happens. This coming out is going to set me back. I was expecting in 2 weeks that I would get a couple battle reports and be able to at least show people what I'm working on. And then this came out, so now I'm thinking maybe 3 weeks I'll be able to do that. Because I definitely want to put a little work into this for this week. At least this week and maybe possibly some of next week. So, alright, anywho, we've got all our areas. I think we're going to have 8 areas. We've got... Where is it? Here, starting here, we got Black River Valley, Elf-Hill Forest, the Igasa Highlands. We've got the Dedregal Mountains. We've got Kingswood. We've got the Hakenskald Mountains. And we've got the Groenhof Mountains. And those are Highlands, the Mounds, the Wood, the River Valley, the Groenhof Mountains, Elf-Hill Forest, and the Hakenskald Mountains. We also have a wasteland over here. And this is going to be out of place, city area. So, that does it for everything I need to generate. So I could technically begin the game, but first thing I got to do is the boring stuff of, you know what, I can actually fill everything in later. It's all written out here. The whole Warband generation is right here. So everything I write on the Warband log, I can just eventually fill in all the blanks, and I don't have to do that on stream. The only thing I have to do on stream are rolls. And then the maps don't matter, I can put things wherever I want. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and start that first campaign turn real quick. Real quick, I say. So we'll go to the preparation stage, if I'm not mistaken. You start with 0 adventure points. Oh, for the map, I want to place, I have a nice big question mark right about here. You know what, I'll go do a circle and then a question mark inside the circle. So there's a point of interest, or a unexplored location. What is it? What are they called? They are called... What is it called? Give me the name for it. Unexplored locations. We have an unexplored location in the Dedrigal Mountains. Mounds, not mountains. And then we have an unexplored location where else? Not the Kingswood, right? No. Where's the other one? The Mounds and... Oh, the Black River Valley. So we can put another one... Where can we put it? Could be anything, so I need to make sure I have enough room. Right here. Right at this river bend. Right, there's our 2 unexplored locations. Not that it matters, again, it's just making sure I've got the all the map areas written out in my campaign log. It'll be over here. Alright, so moving on. I don't need to do this just yet, as long as I keep track of everything here. So campaign turn 1. Let's go ahead and go to the preparation stage. In the first turn of your campaign, you are not arriving in a region and therefore do not begin the game in camp or in town. Skip all of the preparation stage and go to the adventuring stage to make a travel roll. Usually you will want to head to a town in the first turn. So, this is our first turn, so we're going to have to skip everything in the preparation stage. Everything. So, no local event. No hard times, so we actually don't have to do an upkeep. Let me read that, make sure I read that correctly. I think it says everything. Where are we? Which is good, then I'll be able to generate my encounter like right away. First turn, skip all of the preparation stage and go to the adventuring stage and make a travel roll, page 111. Yep, so let me just go over what we're skipping. We're skipping everything. So we're skipping all of our town actions, we're skipping research, we are skipping... We just go straight to adventure stage. Alright. And we have to roll a travel encounter. We don't have any contracts, so we're not doing unexplored locations. Okay, so that's not making sense. Your adventure step preparation stage 87. So I think I need to come up with at least where I'm going. Page 87. Decide your adventure. Choose. I could just go rest up right away. Choose what you'd like to do this campaign turn. The following options detailed fully in the adventure section. So we're coming from the main city. There's a road that branches off into 2 directions. So probably going to end up at Sovereign Ball first. So let me just go here and read this again. Skip all the preparation stage and go to the adventure stage to make a travel roll. Page 111. So let's read what the travel roll is, because I don't have to pick a target of where I'm going. So I can just say I want to go to the town. Here we go. Travel. When you want to go somewhere in the campaign, you will need to travel to get there. This might mean tagging along with a trade caravan, following a winding path through the countryside, or trying to find the blah blah blah. The game world exists in a series of map areas. Move to any one map area to the other always requires a so I'm just picking a map area, making a travel roll. Alright, there it is. And then I make a travel roll. So pick a map area. Hold on, we gotta write. Starts in the city of what? Edinburgh? Yeah. Warband starts in Edinburgh. Not spelling that right. Edinburgh. How did I spell it? Edinburgh? Edinburgh? I'm going to call it Edinburgh. Let me read it. I did call... No, Borough. Borough? I didn't. I have to read it. I have to do that again. Edinburgh. Messing up my map. There we go. Edinburgh. How many times am I going to say it? Edinburgh. Warband starts in Edinburgh. Then I write down what the threat levels are. We've got Whispers at 6. Whispers 6. Ruin. Ruin 5. Curse 5. Okay. Okay, move. Travel roll. Alright, travel to. Yeah, pick a location, I believe. So we will go ahead and pick Sovereign Ball. Travel to Sovereign Ball. Sovereign Ball. In the Black River Valley. Learn to spell valley. And that will be a 1d100 roll for travel. Alright. First roll of the campaign. Alright. Okay, d100 for our travel event table. We rolled a 14. Uneventful travel. Good, I suppose. What would be the case in your first campaign turn? After resolving the roll, if you have arrived at your destination, you may proceed to investigate any one location you choose in the map area. Proceed to the relevant part of the encounter section. If you are arriving in a map area with a settlement, you may opt to just lay low. If so, do not go through normal post-battle injury experience points, rolls for news travel, then begin the next campaign turn. So basically, campaign turn number 1, local trips I can do without making a roll. If you arrive on a settlement without having fought a tabletop battle, you may carry out the trade step if desired before ending the campaign turn. So I can do trading if I want. I don't want to. I don't want to do trading just yet. So I'm just going to Sovereign Ball. Yeah, that's it. End the campaign turn. Nothing else to it. Alright. So, we'll have to go back through and do the preparation stage for campaign turn 2. If I'm reading this all correctly, we're in a town too, that's nice. Alright, and we are in what town? Sovereign Ball was what? I rolled it. What was it? That is a good first roll. Let's see. Sovereign Vol was a manor, which means I get something to do with. That's something good with blacksmithing, I believe. Manor. You may visit the black. You can repair 2 items. Okay, great. So if I've got damaged items, I can repair 2 of them. Anyways, that's it. That's end of the turn. Nothing else happens. Not a thing. As far as I know. End the campaign turn. So, alright, campaign turn 2. And I'll write up some sort of narrative at some point. For wherever I'm at. Like, this campaign turn 1 is, I come from Edinburgh, I travel to Sovereign Vol, done. So I'll come up with a little narrative to write about it. Again, so the way it'll work is I'll play my game, So I'll play my game. So next Saturday, hopefully, if all goes well, or Sunday, I'll play my tabletop battle that I've prepared for over the week. Finish that, then generate the next battle up to the next battle. And then I'll write the narrative for. So I would do the narrative for this first campaign or whatever I get done here at the beginning of next week's game. Before I start to play the game, I'll narrate what I've already done, play the tabletop battle, generate the next tabletop battle, then throughout the week print it, show what I'm doing progress-wise, and then the beginning of that next week I narrate what I've done so far, play the battle, and that'll kind of be what I want to do as like sort of a workflow, if you will. But that aside, let's go ahead and do campaign turn 2. Warband starts in. Where are we? We're not in Edinburgh, we're in Sovereign Ball. We got Whispers, this is all the same. Whispers 6, Ruin 5, Curse 5. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. So we've got local event. Local event equals a D100 roll. We are in town, so we're going to use town event table. Okay, town event table will be a 44, which gives me Town Crier. Town Crier is generate a contract this campaign turn may opt to take the job. It pays +1 gold mark. Very nice. So generate a contract this campaign turn. That's really nice. Walk into town, here's a job. Excellent. Starting off good. I'm going to underline that so I know it's of interest. Hard times. So I won't call that hard times. I'll call that upkeep and healing. Upkeep equals. Upkeep is going to equal a D3. D3 roll, because we have 6. D3 roll is 3. So we're at -3 gold marks. What happens if I can pay, but what happens if you get disgruntled? I think we started with 7, so we still got 4 gold marks. So -3 gold marks. Healing is going to be an A. We don't have to heal. Nobody's injured yet. We just started. And campaign activities. We get 2 of these. We are in town. Campaign activities, colon. And we've got gamble, hard work, help the town guard, meet the locals. Oh, I could do help the town guard. Your upkeep costs are offset this campaign turn in return for patrolling the streets at night. 3's a lot. I like that you get to roll first before you make that decision. Meet the locals. Meet the locals sounds fun. Oh, it's a table. I like tables. Get adventure points, story points, and contracts. I already got a contract this round. I don't really need story points. Adventure points are good, but it's very rare that I would get those in a town. So we're not going to do that one. Pray, recruit. I do have like a religious-esque guy. Who was Godric? The noble with his warhammer and shield. Yeah, he's the guy with the warhammer and shield. He's sort of a cleric-y kind of guy, even though he has no mystic arts, but he's alright, so maybe he prays. What's pray do? I think he's probably going to end up praying, even though I don't know what it does. Pray. Select a character. They are blessed. If they're injured during the campaign, you add 5 to the roll. Character makes a devotion test to have blessing last until they need their roll. Blessing only lasts this campaign turn. Alright. Select a character. They are blessed. The character may make... So, I don't think I pick who does the action, right? I just do the action. Oh, a character can only contribute to one campaign activity proficiency test per campaign turn. So, pray. So Godric's praying for my avatar, whose name is... What was his name? Baden Urian. So there we go. We're going to pray. Pray equals devotion. Devotion, which is 2d6. And I have devotion for Urian there. What's his name? Batted. What is it? I don't know, I wrote the name down. I don't even know what it is. Just it sounded cool. Let's see. Baden Urian. He's actually got the devotion skill. He also has the expertise skill. So he will roll. He gets +2 to this test, and the target number is meant to recruit to is a 9. So I'm looking for a 7. So this +2. I got us. Nope, not quite. So 5 + 2 equals a fail. Pray 7. Now it works for this turn, but not next turn. So this campaign turn, whatever fight I get into, I'll get the bonus. So let's just write this turn only. Alright, so that's what he did. Next, I can do a recruit. I can do a study. Study? Yeah, I can do a study. Train, get an XP. Okay, so we'll do a study. That is scholar test. 2d6. Nobody has the skill, so I'm just rolling it. Looking for a 9. Then we get to dish out a skill to somebody who doesn't have a skill. I gotta remember that the human gets +1 to speech. What's the Duskling get? I remember that. I haven't written down my character sheets yet, basically. Let's go back to Duskling real quick. I just want to make sure. And the elf. I got the elf too. Fayblood. So let me just make sure. Duskling gets a traveling. What does a Fayblood get? Feybloods don't get a skill, do they? They do not. Oh yeah, they do wits. Okay, so none of those. So I've got Duskling gets +1 to travel. Fayblood gets +1 to wits. Humans get +1 to speech. Alright, so this, I need a 9. I like that. I like that there's a lot involved. That's one of the big draws for me in this game, personally. I like gritty, lots of stuff going on in a game. You see, I pretty much write down everything I do as I do it. That kind of helps. I also can go back and look up what happened. So here we go. Scholar test. That's a 5. That's a failure. We can just go ahead and write fail. There are my 2 campaign actions. Yeah, it gives me a lot to work with when I narrate. I'm not selling anything. I do have 1 item. So I can sell, but I don't need to buy. I've got 4 gold. I'll have 5 after I sell. What's on the... What do regular or standard items? Whatever, fencing belt, shield, brave mule. Bandages only cost 2. Tonics, torches, silver, rations. Alright, so I think I'm going to buy bandages, so I do got to go through the trade action. But I'm not going to generate any rare items, because I'm not going to buy any. And nothing's really within my... There's a cat. Nothing's really within my budget, so go ahead and do trade. Equals, I'm not going to roll for the rare item, so I'm just going to... So I had 7, I'm down 3, I'm down to 4. Going to negative, let's see, I know I had an extra standard weapon, I think that's all I had an extra. I'm going to hang on to both my silver leaf tree. Where's my equipment? So I'm going to have an extra standard weapon, because the staff is going to go for one of the heroes. 2 bastard swords on a hero, hammer on a hero. 2 self bows and 2 light weapons on my 2 jamokes, and I'll have a standard weapon as left over. Yes. So we can sell the standard weapon. So minus standard weapon. Weapon gives me +1 gold mark. So that puts me at 5 gold marks. I definitely have to go out and adventure in my first turn for sure. And then, I think I can just buy anything now, right? You can just sell and then buy. I leave. You can buy anything listed on the common goods. Alright. And then we'll do +2 bandages. +1 bandage. I don't want 2 bandages. Then I'll have 3 gold in case I get very little loot. So I got a bandage. And I lost my standard weapon. And that'll be -2 gold marks. Breaking lead. Alright, so that's trade done. Moving on to research. We wish to do the preparatory. During this step, you can carry out rolls for connections made to attempt to track down a camp or hideout. I'm not going to look for... Okay. Discover hidden locations. I'm not using any adventure milestones. I have 0 adventure points. I don't have any connections. Oh, wait. You just have them. You just get to roll on research. If you have friends, you get contracts. Okay, yeah. So this is a roll you do every time. So this is called research. It's called roll for connections. So I'll just call it connections. I mean, there's got to be a reason we came to Sovereign Ball, other than that contract we got walking in the door. Connections equals. That's a D100. Let's see what we get. We got a 51. So if we have a friend, which we don't, so I don't need to worry about it. They send you a gift, but we don't have any friends. So we'll just write NA for not available. Alright, then we go to decide your adventure. Or I'll just write adventure. I'll write decide your adventure. Or write decide adventure. It's implied that it's me deciding. Decide adventure. Equals. We're going to go with explore location, battle an enemy threat, ride patrol, carry out a contract, rest up. Yeah, I was supposed to generate a contract. I don't know what the contract is. So why would I carry it out if I don't know what it is? I'm supposed to generate it right away. Right when the town crier happened. Select this option if you want to get paid. Oh, I guess you carry it out. So the way I'm reading it, it says, this option is only available if a contract has been offered to you. Town crier offered me a contract. But I haven't generated the contract yet, and I don't think you do until you determine that you're going to carry it out or not. Because then it says, see page 100. Let me read page 100 just to make sure. Because I'll carry out a contract. There's got to be a reason we came here. Oh, you can generate all the details before accepting one. So here, decide adventure, I'm going to first determine contract. And I should have done that up there, and it kind of ruins my tidiness. Determine. Yeah, I wanted to get into 5 parsecs, but I started it, and then this came along, so this has got my attention. I'm more of a fan of fantasy than I am of sci-fi, but I do like sci-fi. Alright, so determine contract. Let's go and determine what our contract is. Alright. We have multiple contracts. You need to roll a D100 twice. First roll determines the source. Second determines the type. Okay. Determine contract. Source equals 1D100. So before I even look at the table, let's make the roll. For source, rolled a 40, which gets you what? Source 40. Townsfolk. Reward just some gold marks. Okay. Extra gold mark, actually, because it's town crier. And then type equals 1D100. So we could get up to 5 marks for completing this contract. Nifty nifty. Let's get our party in full armor already. And type will be a number 1. Big ol' 1. Divine intervention roll is successful. Type is chase off group. Somebody's bugging the folks of Sovereignville. They want me to go chase them off. Alrighty. Chase off group. Group is in the current map area. I don't even have to travel to get there. Add a camp to the region map populated by enemies from the roadside enemies table. Nice. So, over here, under Black River Valley, I'm going to add roadside enemies camp. That is a camp. Alright, cool. Which will accept the contract. So what is that? I'm not even going to read the rest of it. I get a bunch of marks if I complete the job and must hold the field I got 3 campaign turns to do it. I'm going to do it this campaign turn. I'm going to raid a camp. That's first thing I'm going to do is raid that camp. I know where it is. Page 137. Let's make sure I can. Raid camp. Unknown enemy forces in this one. Cool. Be an interesting fight for my first fight. Probably going to get my butt kicked, but get to sneak up. That's neat. Alright. So yeah, we'll do that one. I'm sure I'm going to get beat up, but there you go. It is what it is. So we are going to carry out a contract. Determines contract. I'm going to put that in parentheses, this whole thing. And then I am going to carry out a contract. Carry out a contract. Chase off route. I'll put down, whenever I reference it, I'll add the number of turns remaining. Alright, outfit for adventure. This I do not need to do. I mean, I guess technically I would put the bandages in my backpack, or the bandage. Backpack. Bandage and silver leaf tree first. That's a campaign item. I don't even need to put it in my backpack. So I got bandages in my backpack. That's it. That's all I got in there. Right, next. Trade is already done. Preparations done. Moving on to this thing up. Nope. So those camps. This mirror, it doesn't require travel, so I just go there. I know where it is. Enemy camps are known, but random events can become hidden, yeah. Moving from the map once it's been hidden. Exploring, proceed to the encounter section and set up a scenario. Okay, so I think we need to go to, we skip this section, we're not resting, we'll go to enemy threats. Alright, here we go. Enemy threat location table. Activity table, end goal table, objective failure. Let me read this section. This is enemy threat. No, that's not what we're doing. Enemy threat is, if I pick battle and enemy threat, then I would go to the enemy threat section. Let me read that, make sure. Explore locations. Where does it say battle enemy threat? Carry out a contract, rapid patrol. Where does it explain battling enemy threats? To fight a battle against a threat, you will need to establish the context around the battle. What the threat is, what they're doing, is their end goal. So this doesn't sound right. So let me go back. Here's a handy flowchart. Adventure stage. Location, task, and foe. If quest, scroll that. That's not a quest. So travel, it's not a travel. Counter stage. Result. So I gotta do step 6 for the result. Enemy numbers are now determined. The battle is joined. Enemy plans, ride patrol. We're not riding patrol. We're not exploring location. We're carrying out a contract. Choose threat. Oh, you get to choose threat. That's nice. So we got to do location, which has already been determined. So I feel like I need to roll activity. Yeah, so I gotta do this. Even though I'm carrying out a contract, I think I need to come up with the enemy threat stuff. Let me read. Activity. Oh, no. It's all written in the contract types. We're chasing off group. So we're doing a camp raid scenario. So we go to camp raid scenario. That's it, just camp raid scenario, right? Straight to it. Let me just go by the rest of these pages. You don't have to travel. Cat, knock stuff over. Take it easy. No quests, no travel. Encounter stage. Okay, here we go. Not a traveling encounter. It's a battle encounter. Determine the foe. So, we already know. Determine the enemy. So we know what we're doing here, so let's go ahead and do this. This battle encounter is our next step. So, six scenario types. We are doing a raid. Camp raid, specifically. Simply work for each one. Okay, so here we go. Battle encounter. Good, this will be the last thing I have to do. Is write this up. And then I'll know what I need. Battle encounter. Oh, I'll write, battle encounter. A few things to determine here, so we'll do this. And the foe. The foe equals. The foe can be determined in two ways. Select the first entry. Nope. So we already know what the foe is going to be. So we roll a D100 on the roadside. So we got to get to that. Enemy tables? Yes. Enemy tables. So it's not the delves, but the roadside. One just before the delves. Faceless Kingdom, no. Roadside encounters. Should I write that? The foe. Roadside. I'll write that first so I know what I'm rolling. Roadside encounters. Roadside encounters. 1D100 equals. Here we go. Big roll. So I'm on page 122. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's roll black dice for this. Roadside encounter. Let me just read it. Any valuables generated from the table are worth 1 gold less. If during the tracking phase the enemy's force is reduced to only 1 or 2 remaining figures after morale. Okay. So, these guys seem to be the easiest you can face. We'll see. Alright, and roadside encounter will be 58. Remember that it was written that it's the higher is the worse. So 50, I didn't get Goblin War Party. That would have been a good one. Organized robbers, perfect. Organized robbers, and let's write our +2 to the number, +2. Alright, organized robbers. Nice, so we're just basically playing just basic robbers. And then you get crossbow dudes for that. I don't think I have any. Let's source some crossbow guys. Alright, so that was the foe. Next we need to determine enemy numbers. Oops. Enemy numbers equals. Alright, so roll 2. So I know I'm already adding 2. I'm not doing the comparable numbers. I don't like that. Sometimes you fight numbers that are way higher, so sometimes you can fight numbers that are way lower. So I'm going to totally ignore comparable numbers roll. Alright, 2d6. 1d6 times 2. We're going to pick the highest. We roll a 5 and a 3. So it'll be 5 plus, it is a camp raid, so it is 1. Yep, it's a camp raid. So it's plus 1, so it's plus 3 total because it's plus 2. So plus 3 equals 8. So 8 on 6 right off the bat, we're outnumbered. Alright, next we need to determine armaments. Alright, that's not, we don't need to do that. We do need to determine enemy leadership. These playing add a lieutenant in addition to the roll below. Okay, so camp, we're going to add a lieutenant. And an additional, Jesus, could be 10 guys here. So let's do enemy leadership. We're going to have to run. We better get lucky on deployment and be able to pick these guys off one at a time. Alright, so that's a D100. Being a camp raid, they get a lieutenant. What's he do? Lieutenant has the parry and tough rules, and he's got a toughness +1 and a combat skill +1. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, let's do our D100. We're gonna have to run. D100 roll was a 4, which is A, no leadership. That's good. So instead of that, it's just, we'll write no leadership because that way that's what the result was. But because it's a camp raid, we do +1 lieutenant. Alright. Unique foes. We don't have any unique foes. No unique foes. Alright. There's our enemy. We have 8 enemies plus a lieutenant. So it's going to be 6 enemies, 2 crossbowers, and a lieutenant. Now we do the scenario, which I don't think I do this scenario. I think it's determined. I am going to do the terrain theme roll. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll do the terrain theme roll. Read the contract. So, just gotta hold the field in a camp raid. Yeah. It's gonna be a camp. Does the camp raid say? I'll look that up later. Alright, so we do the scenario. It's already been determined. We need to do terrain theme. Come on, cave complex. I already got the board made up for that. Give me cavern complex. Chase these robbers down into their... Where is this place, actually? Yeah, I'll put the camp right next to the mountains. If I get it. Come on, cave complex. Let's see if I can call it. 18 through 21. Not quite. 33. 33 is edge of the woods. So I'll put that down there. So, edge of the woods. That's easy enough. Of the woods. Edge of the woods. Next, I gotta determine not a dungeon setup. Just place scatter. Determine battlefield edge. Okay, so I don't need to roll anything else. There. I need to go to Camp Raid. It's got a little map, handy dandy map here. I don't need to roll anything except for random select one half of the table and scatter the other enemy group as evenly as possible throughout this part. Cannot outflank. So I'll do the sneak up when I actually do the battle. Okay, so what do I need to roll? That's it. That's all I need to do. So I'll write deploy warband distance. That'll be 2d6 equals. This is the distance I have to be from any enemy. And then the sneaking I'll do in game. So, warband distance. Yep, should be able to get to it 7. 2. Nice. Talk about a good roll. That's the lowest warband distance I could possibly get. 14 inches. So 2 plus 12. 14 inches away from the enemy. And I get like a bonus 1 on the first initiative roll. Maybe I could take down 9 dudes. If I focus everything on that lieutenant right away, then we might be doing alright. Oh, and I have a guy who has expertise skill. He can sneak up. That's my avatar. Hey, I'm feeling pretty confident about this one, actually. Maybe. Deploy warband, 14 inches. That's it. So that is everything. And then play battle. Play battle. Or I should write C battle log. I don't have a battle log. Which I may not use. Normally, if I was playing with myself without filming or anything, I would have a battle log that I would write all my rolls down for that. But there's too many rolls to do, so when I'm doing the actual tabletop battle on camera, I will not be writing a battle log. Normally, that's what I do. I'll just continue with my normal C battle log. Alright, and then that's it. So, for the next session, about a week, I can fill all of this stuff out now. I've done everything on camera, so I can divvy out all the equipment, and fill in all my character information, finish my map. Let's go ahead and check what models I have already for what I've got. I'm going to have dude with bastard sword shot. Nobody has a shield in any of my 15mm models. I'll have to come up with some shields, but let's take a quick look and see what we got already for 15mm. I think we got like 2 guys I can really use. So we've got our Archer 1 and Archer 2 from previous campaign. So 2 little 15. Yeah, this is the scale I'm working at. It'll be a lot quicker to paint them, that's for sure. And it'll look real nice. I can fit the whole board right here on my desk. Right here in this board, the whole thing fits. So that'll be good. I can sit right at my desk and film the whole battle. But we've got 2 archers, and I think we got this guy with his sword. He's pretty cool. Full armor and a sword. Let's bring him up to the camera. Ooh, where are we? There we go. Let me get my finger out of the way. What is this guy? It's not going to focus. Focus. Well, anyways. Doesn't have a shield though, but he is doing a cool point. So I could possibly use him. I might. Depends on what my time is. That's about it. This guy's got a mace, but that won't do. So that's about it for guys I can use. So I got my 2 followers, and this could possibly be my avatar. So then I need an elf with a staff. I need a Warhammer and Shield full armor guy for the noble. Then I have the Duskling, who's going to have a bastard sword. I guess just a bastard sword. Actually, the Frontiersman doesn't have a shield yet. He does just have a bastard sword. He's got a bastard sword, partial armor. The noble will have full armor, shield, Warhammer. The Duskling will have just a bastard sword and light armor. And the elf will have a staff and light armor. These 2 guys just have their bows and light weapons. Yeah, it's 15 mil, so it's small, but it's not. I can pick it up. I got my. I printed out this ruler, which I actually got to put numbers on. Printed out this little ruler here with the marks. Centimeter. So everything is measured in centimeter. Anything that was an inch will now be a centimeter. So you got the little ruler. Dude moves 4 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. So everything's going to be much smaller, and I'll be able to do it right on the desk. 3D printing everything, so I'll have everything that you would have at 32 or 28 mil. I'll have it at that scale too. Once everything's painted up, it takes much. These 3 guys, if I was painting 32 mil, would take me 8 hours maybe if I wanted to do a decent job on them, maybe 10. This would probably take me an hour and a half maybe to paint those 3 guys. So I can do the whole warband and the whole encounter in a night, easy. I've got a few boards already built for this scale. So we're going to play at the edge of a wood, so I have trees printed out at this scale already. I'll show those on Wednesday on Hobby Progress. So really all I got to do, I got rocks at this scale printed out, trees. Maybe I'll have a road. I'll print out a road at this scale. The battle takes place at the edge of the forest. I would say it's probably going to take place, if you can see the map, it'll take place right where this road here going through the Kingswood goes to Sovereignval, which is right here. So the battle will take place right at the tip of my pencil, right where the road meets the woods on the right on the road there. So I'll print out a road. I've got trees. I've got a grassy plains. I'll put some rocks down. Then I just got to print 9 bandits and the rest of my warband, which is only 3 more figures. A Duskling, which is a barbarian in my book, an elf, wizard, and sort of a Warhammer wielding cleric or paladin. So should be good. Got everything I need. I'll probably do the. I don't know what I'll do on Wednesday. I might have to do stuff early, so I won't be able to show what I do on Wednesday. I'll at least just show it. But anyways, I got a call here. It's past midnight. My children are not going to sleep in for me, so I'm going to call it there. I'll fill in the rest of this book. I'll have to write up the narrative. Maybe I'll do it near the back. What else is there? That's about it. Hey, let's, real quick. Let's just pull the board I made. I already have this board made. With baking soda, glue, and green paint. And then spackle that crap on. You got sort of a grassy look. Let's make sure the camera can get the whole board. Yep. So that is a simulated 4 foot by 4 foot board for a 15 mil scale. So when you do 15 mil scale, the way I do it, you change every measurement into inches. So a 4 foot by 4 foot board would be 48 centimeters a side. So that's what this board is, 48 centimeters per side. 4 foot by 4 foot board. So, will be fun. It's just neat to be able to get, and this is on a boom mic too, so I'll be able to bring everything in if I got something interesting going on. I can bring the mic down close. So, that's it for tonight. I'll be back on. I gotta switch up the schedule. I have a schedule written down. I'm gonna unfortunately I'm gonna X 5 parsecs from home from the schedule. That will no longer be happening on Saturday. I'm probably gonna switch 5 leagues from Borderlands to being on Saturday, and Wednesday will remain my hobby progress day. So in 3 days I'll be back on Wednesday to show. Oh, it's Monday? Oh, it's Monday technically now. So Wednesday I'll be back on to show what I've done so far towards this particular encounter. I've got the trees already printed. I've got a couple of guys printed. I got the boards already painted and done. So all I gotta do is paint up some trees, print up some guys and paint them up, and paint up a couple rocks and a road. And that'll be the whole encounter. So, alright. We'll call it there, and hopefully I'll see some of you fellas, or whoever you are, ladies, I don't know who you are. I know you're probably a fella Sword and Fortress. But we'll see whoever shows up on Wednesday. And thanks for stopping by.